presentation on holds. Holds seem to strike fear into the hearts of the general aviator because we don't do them very often. Here's a quick method, a very easy three-step method to get into an unpublished hold. And let's talk about that one first. First, there are only 3 steps to this. So let's look. The first step is cross the fix. Next, turn outbound. And lastly, stay in the hold space. And it's just that simple. So let's apply this. First, you're going to be told to hold, and you're going to be told, I have an amendment to your clearance bias ready to copy. Tell them stand by to get a clean sheet of paper, mark the top of the paper, north, up. And remember, never eat shredded wheat, or never eat soggy waffles. Okay, then you say ready to copy. He says hold, he or she. Hold, just draw a triangle, because you know there's going to be a fix that you have to hold at. So just draw that triangle. Hold north of the Ipswich VOR. Well, north is the inbound course. So draw the line, put an arrow on the end, and label it Ipswich or whatever. Hold north of the Ipswich VOR. So that's the standard format. The first thing out of that controller's mouth will be the cardinal direction that the inbound course of the hold is going to be on. And so that's your inbound. Now the next thing will be which way to turn, how long the legs or whatever. And if not, then they'll be standard right-hand turns, 1 mile legs, or 1 minute legs, excuse me. And then the next thing will be the altitude. Maintain 4,000. Time now 09:40, and it'll be in Z time. Expect further clearance 10 minutes after the hour. Don't get fancy, just put down +10. And now the readback. Hold north of the Ipswich VOR, right hand turns 1 minute legs, maintain 4,000, expect further clearance 10 minutes after the hour. Roger, readback correct. Okay, now notice we haven't concerned ourselves with where we are, because it really doesn't matter. We're going to hold north on the 360 degree radial, he will say that. Maintain 4,000 and expect further clearance 10 minutes after the hour. Now it didn't say which way to turn, so it's going to be right hand turns. And just remember that the standard turns and holds are right hand turns. And that makes sense because patterns are left, and the FAA never does the same thing twice. No, seriously, just figure on right hand turns, and you have to commit that to memory. And you could remember that it's the opposite of the standard pattern. Now then, which way are we coming from, and how do we do it? Well, let's say that the airplane is down here to the southwest. Note that this is a north-up depiction, so I quickly deduced that the airplane is southwest. Make the wings equal length. Alright, now then, as you approach the hold using Garmin and common autopilots, consider putting the heading bug on the lubber line. That is, just put the heading bug up on the white line at the top and switch the autopilot to heading. Now then, that will allow the airplane to cross the fix without further ado. Now then, set the course needle to the inbound course, which in this case is 180. The radial is 360. So the inbound course is south. Now then, once we cross, depending upon the autopilot that you have, you can either manage the parallel entry. I quickly deduced that it's parallel, but it wouldn't matter because the first rule is cross the fix, and we're doing that. So cross the fix, turn outbound, stay in the hold space, and there we have it, all 3 things. If you can manage with the S-Tech or the Magic 1500, you can use the reverse button to track this inbound course outbound. It's a very slick technique, and you can do that simply by using the reverse button, or just with the king, perhaps use the heading bug to track it outbound. In any case, cross the fix, turn outbound, and lastly, stay in the hold space. How do we do that? Well, we simply, as we get out here, we continue the turn to the left in this case, or to the west, and re-intercept the inbound course using a combination of heading bug and nav. And we can track the inbound course with any of the autopilots using the nav button. And so there it is. It's as simple as that. Cross the fix, turn outbound, stay in the hold space. Hold west of the Ipswich VOR on the on the 270 degree radial. Expect further clearance 10 minutes after the hour. Now then, the turn is going to be to the right, and there we have it. It's all determined. If the airplane's up here, we can do a direct entry. Just come down, come across, and turn and intercept. And there you go. Cross the fix, turn outbound, stay in the hold space.